you're walking into season 6 of a series that's just been given its second burst of life on a new network. Was any bit of intimidation going into that, or was like, I got this. I'm Herak.
Oh, yeah. You're not. It's not like you're working with MacGyver or anything. Right. I mean, for those who don't know, I was born in the early 80s. So by the time I hit sort of like serial TV watching, there was a couple cool shows on. You probably heard of a bunch of them. One of them was MacGyver, and you sort of see and create this iconic, nature around a person because of a character. And when you're young, you don't understand really the star system or film and TV in the way that celebrity is. It's just sort of like, that guy is that guy. Mm-hmm. And you have this purity about it. And it's very, it's intellectually naive, but it's also like a young kid watching a lot of shows. So yeah, there was a lot of intimidation, and then I stabbed Richard. It was like, really not awesome. I've held a lot of props before, man, and I was told to hold it a certain way, and he was recoiling from electrical shock, and the cattle prod was sharp, and he recoiled, and the pain, and
you actually got him.
Yeah,
I
actually got him.
So it was Herak has captured him, and O'Neal is bad mouthing as he always does. And then you've got
this, of course, that he's sort of being. Yes, it is. It is a very similar looking, if not that exact, cattle prod type weapon. And of course, the props, assistant was like, okay, make sure. This effects, they asked me to tell you that you hold it this way so that it looks like it's making contact, so that they can put the like the little like the zap in there. And I was like, okay, yeah, that should be fine. But of course, I'm thinking, hold it to him, and he won't move. Why would he recoil forward? Of course, if not to, subtly, if not really obviously simulate being electrocuted. So yeah, we came together. He got poked. He let out a really solid yelp. And then he called out the director's name. He's like, Martin, he got me. Oh, God. And I was like, instant white, just completely lost all color in my face. And I immediately had to sort of step back a few feet. And my hand, I'm sure, was shaking a lot. And I think I just said, he told me to, it was like, oh my God, you stabbed him? And he was sort of rolling around on the ground. And I realized now the comedy of it all, but I think he was having me on a little bit. And I sort of had to excuse myself. And Martin Wood jokingly fired the props assistantly, like very quickly. And, it was like, you're fired, get out of here. But obviously he was not. He was, like a beloved family member. But yeah, it was a joke at my expense, I think, at the end of the day. And yeah, Rick had to come, chat with me and, sort of built me back up a little. But yeah, it was funny. It was so terrifying, but funny.
People don't know, and you and I have both done it, gotten in and out of that Jaffa costume. I imagine if you soil your pants freaking out, it takes at least half an hour to get out and back in. And, it's like...
Yes, and of course, when you realize that you're growing...
my pants.
You're growing taller in your outfit for reasons that you don't want to explain. And of course, it's like, that's not shepherd's pie in my pants. It was very near to, just like the worst day on set I ever had. I walked outside, I took some air. I told myself, I'm like, you're going to get fired. You got to prepare yourself for that, out loud, talking like to myself. Okay, Michael, this is how it ends. The word's going to get around. You stabbed Richard Dean Anderson and you're just like, it was so bad. Until he came and talked to me, I was like, my career was over. I was already planning, like, maybe I'll go back to school. Maybe I'll get some certification. Maybe I'll drive a, forklift or something. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I was planning a whole different life.
Things happen on set. I mean, look at what happened, recently with, that one film with that one, you know, major Hollywood actor. You know, there are legitimate, you know, concerns, you know, especially if you're making physical contact, you know, with something that can be damaging with the lead actor, you know, you never know. But Rick, he's a clever one at the same time, you know, and he's gonna get people anywhere he can.
Yeah, and he was very kind and very mischievous in the same moment to both include me into the family by making fun and having a moment, because I think in a way he must have known that as an actor growing up watching him on television, I was going to remember that forever. And of course I have, and I do. I'm like, you know, I stabbed him once. So
the other favorite memory that I have between the two of you is the episode Full Circle, and you come into the you're remembering this, okay? You come into the
I am
the underground pyramid, and an interesting scene ensues of a reaction on your face and playing on it. Tell us the story. This is really funny. If you're not paying close attention when you watch Full Circle, you might miss it.
Yeah, this is my day of and I loved this line, and I had this beautiful idea. And of course, now as I'm remembering, I can smell the burning pyres in my nose, and of course, it makes your nose black. Everyone who's been on Stargate will tell you that it makes your nose black, but I'm walking down and there's grit beneath my feet and I'm descending the stairs. I've got my minions. I've got my staff that I took from the guy I killed, I'm pretty sure. And of course, I'm going down there and there's like a massive set, and there is sand and burning pyres and hieroglyphics and paint and just so much richness and decor. And I always showed up early so I could stand in the space and just take it in. Like, even when the lights were off and even when no one was supposed to be in there, I was always like, whoa.
Right.
Not only does this has to feel 5,000 years old, but it looks 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 years old, right? Of course, like the timelessness, really. And of course, I'm walking down and I have my staff and my peeps and my line, and I'm like, surrender or die. And O'Neal says, what? And I'm like, surrender or die. Sorry, we're all closed. Come back tomorrow, right? Like, and he had several different, lines, and he improv several different things, and he was having so much fun with me, which of course harkened back to our conversation outside the day I stabbed him, which is the comedy, and he said this. He said the comedy between them is so great. You know what I love? The more straight and angry and militant Herak gets, it's like the more fun, the more cutting, and the more jovial and immature that O'Neal can be with him, and he just boils. And I think it's great.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.